I present to you Corrine and the Generations. Welcome to the School of Art stage, folks.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
Thanks for coming to share the evening with us.
Hi.
Are you having a good week? All right. We'd like to share some music tonight, and we hope you enjoy it. With that, we'd start with one of our favorites. It's written by a group called Northern Light, appropriately. It's called Clearwater. I walked out one Sunday morning, beauty I could not believe. All about me might adore me, meadows and mountain streams. Let the clear waters flow, let them flow from sea to sea. Let the earth garden grow, she is not an enemy.
All that live upon this blessed land, they have a right to be. Let us share with all creation. We are one family. Let the clear waters flow, let them flow from sea to sea. Let the earth garden grow, she is not an enemy.
We can sing a song of unity, for all the healing sound. Let it bring a wave of harmony, rushing this world around. Let the clear waters flow, let them flow from sea to sea. Let the earth garden grow, she is not an enemy.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. The next tune that we'd like to do with you, I'd like my children's music students to pay particular attention to this song. We are playing spoons. All right. This is a tune written by Tom Pease in honor of the apple picking season, which is coming up. And here we go.
Apple picking time in the morning, apple picking afternoon. Apple pie served in the evening with a guitar picking tune. Apple picking time in the morning,
I don't mind the ones I like to watch them squirm, some can even make me laugh. Well, I think I might share it, but they can't fit a barrel, and I might run into half. Ew! Oh, well, September's when it's hot, you bet. Forget about picking fruits. I know how to find me and get your cool one swimming in the new. Appetite in the morning, I'll feel an afternoon. Appetizer in the evening, guitar playing too. Appetite in the morning, I'll feel an afternoon. Appetizer in the evening, guitar playing too.
Has anybody ever had an imaginary friend?
Yes. Good.
So have I.
Yeah, it's something to be proud of, isn't it?
Well, my imaginary friend's name was Elliot, but I wish it was no one.
No one. You will find out why with this song, written by Sally Rogers. It's a very handy name for an imaginary friend.
I have a little friend, no one is her name. I treat her with respect, and she treats me just the same. Whenever I'm in trouble, she says I can use her name. I can blame it all, large or small, on no one. No one put the butter on the toilet seat. No one put her dirty feet upon the table where we eat. No one grabbed the baby's hair and dragged her up and down the stair. There's nobody to blame it on but no one. No one ate the cookie, no one used the phone to call her aunt in Delaware, to call the Pope in Rome. No one did it all, 'cause no one wasn't home. There's nobody to blame it on but no one. No one chewed her gum and stuck it on the chair at school. No one doesn't know the meaning of the golden rule. No one took a water gun and squirted passing cars for fun. There's nobody to blame it on but no one. No one put some sticky glue upon the kitty's tail. No one hid confetti deep in Daddy's pile of mail. No one made a water slide down the back hall stair. There's nobody to blame it on but no one. No one ate the cookie dough. No one used the phone to call her aunt in Delaware, to call the Pope in Rome. No one did it all, 'cause no one wasn't home. There's nobody to blame it on but no one. Then Mom said,
No one did the dishes. No one cleaned her room. No one picked up all her toys, and no one used the broom. No one gets allowance. No one gets dessert, and no one gets to go and buy a brand new shirt. 'Cause when no one gets in trouble for the things her friends have done, no one, she gets angry and she tells me of some other ones. No one understands the rules better than you do, so no one gets the goodies while you sit here and stew.
but Mom, no one ate the cookie dough. No one used the phone to call her aunt in Delaware, to call the Pope in Rome. No one had some help from me whenever I was home. There's nobody to blame it on. I have to sometimes, nobody to blame it on. More than one time, nobody to blame it on. This was the last time, nobody to blame it on but no one. Thank you.
All right. We have a friend who grew up in Chicago, who had a friend that he wrote a song about, Stuart Stotts, and we'd like to share that song with you right now. It's about a very brave little girl. And we need your help on this song.
you when we get there.
Jennifer Montgomery was the first friend that I made. I was new to Lincoln School and we were both in the 4th grade. First week of September in the water fountain line, she turned around and suddenly spoke to me in sign. At first I didn't get it when I saw her standing there. Her hands were making shapes and they were waving in the air. But Jenny kept on trying till I got it through my head. I finally figured out that this was what she said.
I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. I can do anything if I believe that I can. I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. And you might be surprised at all I understand.
That's your part. You didn't guess that already. We're gonna teach it to you. Try this.
I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands.
Like cutting your hands in half.
I can do anything if I believe that I can. I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. And you might be surprised.
That's my favorite one.
Close your eyes and open them wide.
Oh.
Surprise! At all. And then you put your backs of your hands together. All. I understand. And make sure that finger comes up because otherwise it means dumb.
Let's try it. Here we go. I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. I can do anything I believe that I can. I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. And you might be surprised at all I understand. Beautiful. We held our conversations
At recess
in the yard. At first communication was kind of slow and hard. Jennifer was patient till I learned to finger spell. And when soon by Christmas vacation, I could say as well. Here we go. I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. I can do anything I believe that I can. I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. And you might be surprised at all I understand. Some of the other kids in school would laugh at Jenny and be cruel. I know she didn't want to cry, but I saw her hurting down inside. One day our homeroom teacher said, "Listen closely, class, 'cause we've got a brand new subject that everyone must pass." Well, I smiled like a tiger when my friend Jenny came right up by the blackboard and showed everyone her name. At first kids were complaining as she taught us every day, but learning sign language helps you see things their way. Every week a few more kids would ask Jenny to play, and when school got out for summer, our whole class would sign and say, I can hear with my eyes and talk with my hands. I can do anything if I believe that I can. I can hear with my eyes One thing that's really fun to do is play the harp. I love the harp. And it's even more fun when you can play with a hammered dulcimer, because so many neat things can happen. But I have to chew my levers so you can keep talking if you want. For those of you who have never seen a hammered dulcimer, although many of you have because of the festivals and stuff around here, it's also called the lumberjack's piano. Because it was portable, and unlike the piano, you could go from lumber camp to lumber camp and play at the dances on Friday, Saturday nights. It also in China is called the Yangjin, and some people believe that it traveled from China to Europe and from there to wherever else it went, including the States, with Marco Polo, the explorer. And so if you have any other questions about it, why don't you come up and see it after the show? Come on up. Okay. This is an old Irish tune called Banished Misfortune.
Try to say that real fast.
We're going to do our best on this one. This one is called the Ellen Polka, and Dancing Bear. The Ellen Polka is a nice Finnish polka, so if anybody wants to polka up and down the aisles, that'd be great. But it also has a nickname of the train wreck. That's right.
Corinne. Have you ever counted those?
58.
58. That's a bunch. You generally have to tune the hammer dulcimer. That's usually a rule among musicians. It happens to be a good season for a certain sport.
What's the worst position you can play in baseball?
Worst. What? Left field. Real close.
There's something.
Right field. I know that position very well because I always got picked to play it. And there's a song by Willie Welch, which I really relate to. And you might too. Saturday summers, when I was a kid, we'd run to the schoolyard, and here's what we did. We'd pick out the captains, they'd choose up the team. It was always a measure of my self-esteem, 'cause the strongest, the fastest played shortstop and first. The last ones they picked were the worst. Well, I never needed to ask, it was sealed. I just took up my place in right field.
Playing right field, it's easy, you know. You can be awkward and you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, watching the dandelions grow. Playing right field can be lonely and dull. The little leagues never have lefties that pull. I dream of the day they hit one my way. They never did, but still I would pray that I make a fantastic catch on the run and not lose the ball in the sun, and that I'd awake from this long reverie and pray that the ball never came out to me. Playing right field, it's easy to know. You can be awkward and you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, watching the dandelions grow. Off in the distance, the game's dragging on. There's strikes on the batter, some runners are on. I don't know the inning, I've forgotten the score. And the whole team is yelling, and I don't know what for. When suddenly everyone's looking at me, my mind has been wondering, what could it be? They point to the sky, and I look up above, and a baseball falls into my glove. Yes! Here in right field, it's important you know. You gotta know how to catch, you gotta know how to throw. That's why I'm here in right field, watching the dandelions grow. Oh, oh, oh. This song is dedicated to all the young kids out there. Never smoke tobacco, tobacco, such a choice is wacko, wacko, wacko. There may be no turning back, tobacco, big mistake king size. Never smoke tobacco, tobacco, don't spend tough or lively tobacco. You could have a heart of tobacco, this would not be nice. Never smoke tobacco, tobacco, you begin to hackle, 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 both your lungs becoming blacko, what a heavy price. You start to smoke, you're gonna choke, spend your money till you're going broke. You try to stop, you'll probably laugh, pick up a habit that you can't drop. So never smoke tobacco, tobacco, if you want some lips to snackle, snackle, they won't want to kiss you back. written by Ken Lundquist.
He's a very clever guy. We'd like to do a song now that actually is the title cut of our recording, Generations recording. It's called The Dream Maker, and it was created about 2 days before we were done recording, and we just fell in love with the song and had to do it. And actually, one of the first times it was publicly performed was the day Danetta was born. It was so exciting. We had dedicated it to her that night about 9 o'clock in Madison at the Edgewood Chapel, where there was a big concert going on. And it was like she was a week overdue or something. And we had heard Danelle this little babykind's boy or girl was going to be born, and we just didn't know, so we just thought it was appropriate to dedicate it to her. And we find out later she was born within that hour of singing this wonderful. And then Judy Rose of Simply Folk heard about this story, and so she got all excited and put it all over the airwaves. Written by Katie Walsh.
From my window in the night, a haloed moon is shining bright. Warm breath farts my window pane, my tired fingers write my name. As the sandbags sprinkles sleep into my eyes, the dream maker sings this lullaby. Close your eyes and slumber deep. Far away lies a distant world where dreams are born. If you will come with me. Clouds become my trusty boat. Softly I set sail and float. I can journey where I may. Home is just a wish away. For my dream maker will bring me back again. As my dreams echo like laughter in the wind. Close your eyes and slumber deep. Far away lies a distant world where dreams are born. If you will come with me. As the sandman sprinkles sleep into my eyes, the dream maker sings this lullaby. Close your eyes and slumber deep. Far away lies a distant world where dreams are born. If you will come with me to a distant world where dreams are born, if you will come with me. If you will go with me. If you will go to a distant world where dreams are born, if you will go with me.
We're going to let Corrine do a few here. All right. Let's see. What do you think they're in the mood for?
I think it's time to go on a little safari.
Oh, good.
How many of you have always wondered what was inside your sister or your brother's head? All right, well, we're going to find out right now. And we're going to go on a little trip, kind of like in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or in Alice in Wonderland, when she gets real small. So we're going to get real small like that and go on a little trip inside my sister's head. Now, if we were going to do that, how would we get inside? You can go through the ears. Yeah, that's one really good way. Go through the mouth. There you go. That's another way. There's another way. Through the nose. That's my pick. All right. Let's do oh, we have to do one more thing before we do this. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to be the nose orchestra, okay? All of you have to be the nose orchestra. And to do that, you have to play your nose, okay? So, everyone put out one finger like this. There you go. And plug one side of your nose. Now, don't stick it in there, okay? Now, your other finger goes like this, and it twangs the loose nostril. I'm sure you've all done this at some time or other. All right, let's try Yankee Doodle. All right, beautiful. Okay. Now, of course, everyone has to develop their own flair for this sort of thing. So you can, take this home with you and practice at home. And maybe you'll get a chance to do it again sometime. But anyway, when I say nose orchestra, that's what I want you to do. All right? You sound great. And you can sing in harmony just like you were doing. That was beautiful. All right, here we go. Get real small. Let's go on a safari into my sister's nose. I'll bet to find some treasures likely found between her toes. Be careful that you don't get lost or tangled up in hair. I hope that it's still open cause her finger's always there. Alright, nose orchestra, here we go. Good job, alright. Leave your gas mask in the car, my sister's nose won't smell. But bring along a pack, you might find something you can sell. Sometimes a loose stalactite gives no warning when it falls. Look out! So walk only on the hard part, and please don't touch the walls, or we'll never get you out of there. You'll slide right out of sight. Although my sister's nose is nice, it's a scary place at night. Nose orchestra, here we go! Yeah, double up. You were so good, I had to keep going. That was great. All right, here we go. Let's go on a safari into my sister's nose. The Northwest Passage might be open. Usually it's closed. Don't worry about the monsters you find lurking up in there. If you get one on you, do like her and wipe it on Mom's chair. She'll blow away our troubles if we simply ask her, please. I love my sister very much, but I hope she doesn't see. That was by a great songwriter
That was the
from
best
California.
group I've ever heard do the nose.
Well, it was indeed. I've never seen. This must be the School of the Arts thing. Nobody has any inhibitions, and that's great. But anyway, Peter Alsop from California is responsible for that one. So write him, please. All right. Are you in for a good ghost story? Okay, this is a ghost story, seeing as how the full moon just passed. And it takes place back about 100 years ago, but it's still relevant today, as they often are. It was the winter time of '82, 3 days before the rendezvous. Jim Graves and Wheeler Barton left their cabin for a town. With a bobsled pulled by Barton's hound, piled high with pelts and gold they found by the banks of the Osable, they were surely glory bound. So as the night began to settle and the snow began to fall, Wheeler Barton led the way by lantern's light. And as Graves watched Barton from behind, a plan began to come to mind, to steal all of his riches and vanish in the night. So as the trail began to narrow by the cliffs near Chapel Pond, Jim Graves called out to Barton for a hand. And when he turned around, Jim hit him, and he fell into the night, to the ice of Chapel Pond, almost half a mile below. Barton's hound broke from its braces, and it sprang for Graves like death, but the snow gave way beneath it, and it fell. And peering through the darkness, Graves could see a lantern's light, almost half a mile below him in a cold and icy hell. So he gathered up the sled, took the sled to rendezvous, and traded all the pelts, and the gold would make a ransom for a king. And he told of Barton's accident and just how bad he felt, that old Wheeler wasn't there to drink and sing. Then he gathered up his riches and a bottle for the trail, and headed back for Wheeler's cabin in the woods. He figured he would gather there whatever there was left, trade it in and leave the mountain life for good. Well, it wasn't till the springtime that he said his bones were found beside a lantern in a deep and ancient bog. And it was said by those that found him it was a strange and eerie sight, for it looked like they'd been chewed on by a dog. So as you wander through this forest and you see a lantern's light, or you hear a strange or unfamiliar sound, best lay low till morning or the coming of daylight, lest you be mistaken for Jim Graves by Wheeler Barton and his dog. Storyteller Christopher Shaw and the Adirondacks. All right, This next tune is a tune that I wrote for and about all of the kids that I've worked with over the last, well, I won't tell you how long, but over the last bunch of years.
Yeah, you noticed that Harv said how old Holly was, but he didn't say how old Corrine and I were.
And so those of you who work with kids, this is especially for you too. She was wearing lipstick, long painted fingernails, and a little jumpsuit with high-heeled shoes. I tried to sidestep, but she got me with her smile, and when she spoke, she touched a place deep down inside. Oh, Ashley, you're only 10 years old, and though you're still a child, you have much to teach me, I have much to learn. Won't you talk with me a while? Listen to the children, for they have much to say. Listen to the children, don't shuffle them away. They know the rhythm of the seasons and the language of the soul. If you listen, they will tell us what they know. She was hopping and skipping around, exploring everything. Sometimes she'd laugh at things we couldn't see. I tried to sidestep, but she caught me with her eyes, and the things they said told more than words she couldn't speak. Oh, Wendy, you're only 8 years old, and though you're still a child, you have much to tell me, there's much I want to hear. Won't you walk with me a while? And listen to the children, they have much to say. Listen to the children, don't shuffle them away. They know the rhythm of the seasons and the language of the soul. If we listen, they will tell us what they know. Her face was weathered and worn, her bag filled with empty cans. They clanked and clattered like the change she traded for bread. I tried to sidestep, but she broke right through my shell. And when she spoke, her words rang clear as a silver bell. Oh, Christy, you're only 17, but wiser than your years. You've seen things I may never see, been things I may never be, know things that I may never know. But if we don't start to listen to those silver bells are ringing, if we don't listen closer to those children's voices singing, we may never know. So listen to the children, they have much to say. Listen to the children, don't shuffle them away. They know the rhythm of the seasons and the language of the soul. If we listen, they will tell us what they know. They know the rhythm of the seasons and the language of the soul. If we listen, they will tell us what they know. How are your gardens doing this year?
Pretty good year?
Yeah? You're not there right now, tending.
Well, do you have garlic growing in your garden?
If you
No.
don't, you better get it in your garden.
She has learned from this next song we're going to do. She knows the powers of garlic. This song talks about how wonderful it is.
And the dangers. Last year I went outside to our garden. Well, we don't have a garden. We just had this little flower rock thing. And it was all dug up. And there were these little tiny sprouty things in it. And I wondered what those were in our flower garden. My husband had planted garlic. Yay! walking through the flower garden. It was really sweet. There are spices and vegetables that you can grow. Some are underground, some are tall. Though they all have their qualities, this you must know. There's the garden is best of them all. Plant clothes in your garden to keep away worms and other bad things that kill plants. If you're one of those people concerned about germs, you can drop one or two in your pants. The Egyptians, Phoenicians, the Vikings, the Greeks, Babylonians, Danes, and Chinese, on their voyages took enough garlic for weeks that their enemies died on the breeze. Sufferings and ills. Oh, if we understood what the garlic is worth, we would throw out our poisonous pills. It's something to radium acid too. It can fight off all sorts of disease. So if you have arthritis, TB, or the flu, just say peel me a garlic clove, please. That you can grow. Some are under the ground, some are tall. Though they all have their qualities, this you must know, that the garlic is best of them all. That the garlic is best of them all.
Yes, and then this is another song about something, I don't know if it's that great for you, but it tastes really good.
It's worth it, right?
It's one of our favorite foods.
This is what you run out and get for lunch between all those classes. Chocolate is great. Chocolate is grand.
It melts in your mouth.
It melts in your head.
Chocolate is love.
Chocolate is love.
Ooh, chocolate is hip. Chocolate is loud.
Beans from Brazil.
And milk from a cow.
Chocolate is love.
Chocolate is love.
Please don't mention the chemical connection chocolate makes in your head. And that Swiss is I'm drinking, even Hershey bars and bacon. If I can't be in love, I'll have the truffle instead. Cocoa is warm, fudgesicles chill. Whatever the form,
It's always a thrill.
chocolate is love.
Chocolate is love.
I'll have a truffle instead. Chocolate is great. Chocolate is grand. It melts in your mouth.
It melts in your head.
Can't help loving that chocolate of mine. Chocolate is love. Ooh.
Okay, this song is about my great-great-grandma. And she lived on top of a high, high mountain, but she didn't like going to town, because town was at the bottom of the mountain, and it took forever to get there. So her son built her a mail chute, and a mail chute is something that you put the mail in, and it slides to the post office. Well, this mail chute was so big that she could fit inside. So guess how she got to town?
I think they figured it out.
And what a ride.
And since the mountain was so high, the mail chute was so long, and there were seams. And every time she'd go over a seam, she'd go, ah, and that's how the yodel was born.
And we know that you played your noses so well. We know you can yodel. So.
Well, yeah, first you have to find that, that crack in your voice between the low and the high sounds.
Let's find it.
Okay, it kind of sounds like Tarzan, kind of, let's try that, here we go. That's lovely, but let's make it a little bit more musical. By adding the vowel sounds F and E to it, like this. Can you do that? Okay. Beautiful, that's great. Yeah. Having male yodelers out here too. All right, and then now we're gonna add the word yodel to the front of it, like this. Yodelay. 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 Yet, because of course, as you all know, there's another note at the end of that. So to make it really fancy, it has to go yo-lay-o. 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 Woo! All right, now, sounds like Now you know, you weren't quite proud of yourself enough to do that, were you? There were a couple of trickles of perhaps you'll do this by the end. But the best place to practice yodeling at home is, of course, where? Yeah, so you can go home and practice your own style, because everybody, of course, yodels in their own.
Yeah, unfortunately, Holly practiced in the car. But that's okay.
Here we go. When Grandma starts to yodel, just join right on in. Here we go. When we lived on the mountain, it was hard to get around. Had to go on down the road and back and round and round. Grandma had a better way, that is getting down. She'd go on to the mail chute and slide on into town. Here we go. She'd sit down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, her little lady. She slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, little lady.
Now Grandma loved her ice cream, but the freezer wouldn't chill. They made homemade ice cream with dairy down the hill. 1,000 different flavors, from fudge to mint parfait. She had to go on downhill, and there were no better way. There she goes.
She slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, her little lady. She slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, little lady.
Some people with their sports cars and fancy summer tops are they make your eyes go pop. Mountain bikes and rollerblades, bobsleds off to ride. But Granny and her mail chute can beat them every time. Yes, she can. She slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, her little lady. She slid down the mountain on her little lady, her little lady, little lady. Ali, ole, 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 little lady, a little lady, a little lady. Ali, ole, 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 little lady, a little, ole, ole, ole. Ali, ole, 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 little lady, a little lady, a lady, oh, a little, ole, ole, a little lady, a little, ole, little lady. That sounded wonderful. Now, some of you have Norwegian heritage, at least. Yeah, raise your hand if you have Norwegian heritage. Oh, wow, bunches and bunches of you. All right, well, actually, this next little thing that I would like to do is to give you a little example of how the yodeling sound is very, very common all over the world in various variations. And it's in our country, you know, it's a way of letting off steam with your voice, and we do it in the Appalachians where they call it hollering. We do it in the Midwest where they call it singing in the shower. We do it and yodeling in the Alps, and there's forms of it all over the place. Now in Norway, where they have summer farms, dairy farms, or set up on the mountains, the dairy maids take their cows up there in the summer when the grass is wonderful, and they send their cows out, and of course they have to call them back every night to milk them. And they don't just go, "Come boss, come bell, come boss, come bell," like we do. Instead, they sound a little bit like this. Ska, ring-a-doo, coo-a-doo, Now I don't do that one usually, unless unless I'm down here. If I do it in the UP where I lived, the moose would come.
I wondered about that. We have a few songs left.
We were lucky enough to go to Hawaii. So when we were in Hawaii, I wrote this song in a swimming pool because I was looking up at the sky and it was so big and beautiful. I thought, is it the same sky that is over the world and my hometown, Maine? And it is, so I wrote a song about it. Is this the same sky that hangs over the ocean? Is it the same sky that's over Wisconsin? Is this the same sky that hangs over me?
so I can send my love on home from afar. Rainbows and starshine and moonbeams and sun are part of the same sky there for everyone. Let's sing together and let us take care, so our beautiful sky will always be there. Soft watercolors like oceans in air, billowing animals playing a pair, sky hanging round me by night and by day. Please be my friend when I'm far, far away. Rainbows and starshine and moonbeams and sun are part of the same sky, they're for everyone. Let's sing together and let us take care, so our beautiful sky will always be there. This is the sky for the whales and the birds. It is the same sky all over the world. It's the same for the trees and for all of the flowers. It is my sky, it is yours. This sky is ours. Rainbows and starshine and moonbeams and sun are part of the same sky, they're for everyone. Let's sing together and let us take care, so our beautiful sky will always be. Rainbows and starshine and moonbeams and sun are part of the same sky, they're for everyone. Let's sing together and let us take care, so our beautiful sky will always be there.
This is a tragic story.
Well, I started losing money headed south of South Beloit on a trip to see my sweetie who lives east of East Detroit. And as I rounded Rockford, I was certain by that time that I'd never even make it to the Indiana line. 'Cause I'm spending all my money on the Illinois tollway. I had turned back at the border if I thought of it in time. Another 18 miles and it's stop ahead you pay. Costing me a quarter every time I make a dime. You can travel across Nebraska and you'll never spend a cent.
You can come home from Alaska with enough to pay the rent.
There are freeways through Wisconsin all the way to East St. Paul.
You can travel free to Boston if you go through Montreal. But I'm spending all my money on the Illinois tollway. I had turned back at the border if I thought of it in time. and it's not the head you pay. Costing me a quarter every time I make a dime. Well, I thought that I'd be married and I'd have a happy life with 2 cars, a house, 2 children. I'd be a loving, smiling wife, and I'd own a couple acres and be glad to pay the tax. But I'm living in a cardboard box down by the railroad tracks. 'Cause I spent all my money on the Illinois tollway. I'd have turned back at the border if I thought of it in time. Another 18 miles and it's not the head you pay. Costing me a quarter every time I make, every time I make a dime. Of course, you need to know who wrote that song.
Yeah.
That was Chris Powers.
Here you go, Chris Powers.
Yes?
Wait, see, that kind of is the tragicest part of the song.
Yep.
It ends kind of like, you can't just leave it like that.
Well, what would you do?
With a poor tollway driver alone in a cardboard box. It's very sad, isn't it?
Yes.
Because there's another part.
How's it go?
Oh, give me that note that you gave in. And I'd still be rich today if I'd avoided Illinois, surrounded by the luxuries that I could once enjoy. But I'll make another million when that happens. You can bet that I'll buy a new Mercedes and drive straight to Joliet. And I'll spend all my money on the Illinois tollway. I'd have turned back at the border if I thought of it in time. Another 18 miles and it's not the head you pay. Costing me a quarter every time I make, every time I make a dime.
Thank you.
We're gonna save Chris because we like him up here.
This is our last song, and if you liked our music and you wanted to take it home with you, we have CDs and tapes available.
Doesn't she do that well?
We're going to do a country love song.
It used to be a mushy boy-girl love song, but it's a mom and daughter love song now. Because we changed the words.
Wait, before we do this one, you said this is our last song, right? We'd like to thank you very, very much for coming tonight. It's been a pleasure and an honor to perform for all of you, and thank you for inviting us to perform for you tonight.
And I've had a great time singing with Corrine, which I barely ever get to do.
You hardly ever get to do this, and it's really an honor to perform together too. So thank you very much for coming again, and we hope you enjoy this
Thanks,
too.
Harv.
All right, 2, 3, 4.
Just as long as that old river flows, the sun comes up and that north wind blows. Just as sure as these are guaranteed, mommy, you can bet on me.
Down in your heart, you know that I'll be there all with you. If you're here or anywhere,
want to meet Janelle?
Where is that baby? Whoa!
Here she comes.
This is the famous daughter, Janelle. Clay Tamarine.
Yes. Where's the hat? Oh, put the hat on. And then you have to take the hat off.
Got a little tired of that.
Well, if you really want an encore, you'll get one from Corrine and one from us. All right. He's going away. Chris, we need you on this one.
Okay.
Isn't that fun? It's so fun to have musicians that can just play in on anything, you know? It's just... This is a song called Why Walk When You Can Fly?
In this world there's a whole lot of trouble. In this world there's a whole lot of pain. In this world there's a whole lot of trouble and a whole lot of ground to gain. Why take when you could be giving? Why watch as the world goes by? It's a long enough life to be living. Why walk when you can fly? In this world there's a whole lot of sorrow. In this world there's a whole lot of shame. In this world there's a whole lot of sorrow and a whole lot of ground to gain. When you spend your whole life wishing, watching, wondering why, it's a long enough life to be living. Why walk when you can fly? In this world there's a whole lot of loving. In this world you've a reason to sing. In this world you've a soul for a compass and a heart for a pair of wings. There's a star on the far horizon, flashing bright in the azure sky. For the rest of the time that you're given, why walk when you can fly? In this world, there's a whole lot of ground to gain. When you find yourself just thinking life is passing you by, find some love to be given. Why walk when you can fly?
I know she knows Korean more. This is tough. But this one, I guess you're always looking for food for thought. I know most of you are taking at least one writing class. And, pardon? Cheeseburger for thought. No, we're going to do this one instead. Well, I'll just do it. There's no holes in our sweaters that moms might have made. We never need fly paper, never need raid. Come into our kitchen, you won't see a fly. No worms in our garden, and I'll tell you why. My brother eats bugs. My brother eats bugs. Grasshoppers, crickets, and you probably guessed there's a part for you in here too. I told you, food for thought. Okay, now, every time I do that, how about if you answer me, join me, and you can leave here singing like this, and just go, yuck, yuck. And if you catch on to the rest of the words in the chorus, please join in on those too, okay? Here we go. My brother eats bugs. My we go fishing, there's one thing I hate. We never catch nothing, 'cause he eats the bait. When we go on picnics, you know what he'll do. If there's any ants, he'll eat them all too. My brother eats bugs. My brother eats bugs. Grasshoppers, crickets, and slugs. Butterfly wings and other gross things. My brother eats bugs. My brother eats bugs. He munches on hornets, but he never gets stung. He won't eat woolly bear caterpillars, 'cause they tickle his tongue. We caught some fireflies one night in the park. He swallowed them all, now he glows in the dark. My brother eats bugs. My brother eats bugs. Grasshoppers, crickets, and slugs. Butterfly wings and other gross things. My brother eats bugs. My brother eats bugs. Well, sometimes I think that my brother's part frog. He even eats fleas that he picks off the dog. Well, sometimes I think that he's on the right track. 'Cause mosquitoes bite people, and he bites them back. My brother eats bugs. My brother eats bugs. Grasshoppers, crickets, and slugs.